March 7th, 1965, Selma, Alabama. Maintain eye contact, Ray. You've got to connect with your attacker's humanity. Got it. And do not let them shake your faith. You got to have love for them. Bevel, John, King's not coming. Andy Young had been sent by Dr. King to tell us that the march would have to wait a day. He'd missed too many preaching commitments at his church in Atlanta, where his father was ill and needed him to take his place at the pulpit. But the people were here, and they were ready, and there was no way to turn them back now. Seeing that the march could not be stopped, Andy called Dr. King in Atlanta, and Dr. King told Andy to choose among them, Andy, Hosea, or Bevel, to join me as co-leader of the march. One would march, and the other two would stay behind in case of trouble. Hosea Williams was the odd man out. Mr. Lewis, why are you marching today? We are marching today to dramatize to the nation and to the world that hundreds and thousands of Negro citizens of Alabama, but particularly here in the Black Belt area, are denied the right to vote. And we intend to march to Montgomery to present certain grievances to Governor George C. Wallace. Mr. Williams, what are you going to do if you get stopped? What are we going to do if we get stopped? Well, I hope we won't get stopped, but if we do, we're going to stand there and try to negotiate and talk them into letting us go ahead to Montgomery. We prayed, and then we began to march. Can you swim? No. Well, neither can I, but we might have to. It will be detrimental to your safety to continue this march, and I am saying this is an unlawful assembly. You are ordered to disperse. Go home or to your church. This march will not continue. May we have a word with the major? There is no word to be had. May we have a word with the major? There is no word to be had. You have 2 minutes to turn around and go back to your church. We should kneel and pray, Hosea. Troopers, advance! Thump, thump, crack, crack, thump. Ah, man, get it, take it. Ah, get it. Thump, thump, quack, crack, thump, thud, crack, crack, thump, crack. Thump, thump. Tear gas. Tear gas. I thought I saw death. I thought I was going to die. Get up. Keep moving. Whack, tunk, tunk. Deputy, get those. Get those white ones too. Crunch. Whack. Please, no. Whack. Dud, dud, whack. Oh, God, we're getting killed. Whack. Dump that. Whack. Dump, dump. Click. John? My God, look at you. We have to get you to a hospital. No, not yet. take care of the others first. Let's keep the walkway clear. Mama! Soon Brown Chapel was filled for an impromptu mass meeting. Hosea spoke first, trying to calm everyone's shaken nerves. And then it was my turn. My head was throbbing. I didn't have any prepared remarks. I just spoke from my gut. I don't know how President Johnson can send troops to Vietnam. I don't see how he can send troops to the Congo. I don't see how we can send troops to Africa, and he can't send troops to Selma, Alabama. Make it plain. Speak. Amen. Next time we march, we may have to keep going. When we get to Montgomery, we may have to go on to Washington. After I said my piece, I finally agreed to go to the hospital. The boy from Troy. John Lewis. How you feeling, John? Dr. King and Ralph Abernathy came to visit. They told me that just past 9:30 the night before, ABC cut into its Sunday movie, Stanley Kramer's Judgment at Nuremberg, with a special bulletin. News anchor Frank Reynolds came on screen to tell viewers about the day's march and the brutal violence that accompanied it. ABC then showed 15 minutes of film footage of the attack. Kill them! Get those ones, and get those white ones too. Something about that day touched a nerve deeper than anything that had come before. People just couldn't believe that this was happening in America. March 7th, 1965 in Selma, Alabama quickly became known as Bloody Sunday, and the response from across the nation was immediate. Dr. King told me that they had filed a request for a federal injunction to stop Alabama from interfering with the march. He also put out a call for religious leaders to come to Selma and march with us. Hundreds of ministers and priests and rabbis were already on their way. It's gonna happen, John. Rest assured. It's gonna happen. Click. Then John Doerr from the Justice Department came by to take a statement from me. John, I want you to know we're trying to do everything we can to help. I don't know what it was, but after everyone had left and I was there alone, I felt so restless, so cut off from all that I knew was happening outside of the hospital. I was in a lot of pain. I even started imagining someone slipping into my room to finish me off.